Hey, hi, hello there, Samir here, just showing you another below average climber climbing session where I try to do the wrong beta over and over and fall on my booty the whole way through. And I'm just trying out wrong beta and trying to get to this next part. It's not the best, but here we are.
So this is my first time recording myself with my actual camera, so it took me a lot of courage.
So starting off this session, we have this V4 to V6. I would grade it closer to a V4. I bet it was graded a V4 if anything. I don't see any reason why it would be above that. Got a lot of small holes, a lot of crimps, side pulls, things like that, and this small little sloper. But everything just made sense on getting to the next part of the boulder. I think every move made sense. I think this was my flash attempt actually, where I read it really nicely, and it was just very straightforward on how to keep my body tension. This next boulder is a V3 to V5, probably closer to V3. I can't really tell with these overhangs. Could be a V4, but I would highly doubt that since I was able to flash this one as well. And overhangs aren't my strong suit, but I understand just having 2 points of contact where opposite leg, opposite foot, except for this last part. This last part, I was just really confused on how to get to the next part. Oh my God. I was struggling to match the final hold. That was crazy. That was super crazy, man. And here's this Dino V3 to V5. I think this is more of a V3. Could be a V4. I could see some difficulty with getting to this next part. I will say, like, videos don't give dynamic moves justice, but I think that was a pretty easy move, to be honest, as a starter dynamic move. The top part was interestingly the hardest part. I find that harder than the Dino part, at least, because the Dino part you have a big jug. Oh, this boulder right here, I thoroughly enjoyed. I also hated it a lot because it's my anti-style. It has a lot of slopers, it has a lot of crimps, it has a lot of pockets, and I hate all those holds because it requires a lot of good grip strength and a lot of tendon strength, which I don't have at all. But the reason why I enjoyed this is because it was a good introduction to these types of holds for me, because it's basically a crimp ladder, it's basically a sloper ladder, it's basically a pocket ladder, and everything just made sense of like how to put your feet on and whatnot, even though I struggled because I just so weak. But I liked it because I felt like this unlocked some of my confidence in terms of like approaching these types of boulders where it's not the best holds for me or what I enjoy, but I know that I could still do it. Now we're at the end of the bouldering session where I'm attempting some hard boulders, but they looked easy enough where I could attempt them and just send it pretty easily. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Especially with the any of these boulders where I thought I could read the beta and I could easily go to the next move. Yeah, no, I don't have that dog in me to do that at the end of the session, and it was pretty sad. I felt very defeated. I felt very defeated after this session. Now we're at my new home gym doing this V3, V4, and I was lollygagging because I thought this was going to be a lot easier. Again, through my sheer arrogance, I thought this was going to be a lot easier, but I fall over it over and over again until I was able to send it. It was very interesting. I thought there was going to be like some knee beta after this, but I couldn't get my knee up, so I guess that wasn't going to be the way. But overall, this was a pretty simple climb, even though I struggled at it. I don't know what grade it would be, a V3 or V4, but it's one of those two for sure. Now we're at this scary slab problem, and I have this love-hate relationship with slab problems because the feet always look better away from the boulder, but when you're on it, it's crap. It's completely bad in all levels. Like, you don't want to stand on it at all and put pressure. It never feels safe whatsoever, and then you could always hurt your shin, and I've hurt my shin so many times. So a little tidbit is that I am recording with a more professional grade camera, a Sony a7 IV instead of my phone. And I've always had this camera, or had this for a while. It's just I was too scared to bring it out in public, and one thing that I'm proud about is I am more comfortable with recording myself in public, especially with a professional graded camera like that, and not be ashamed of myself for doing something like that, because this is something that I want to do and be able to do it well and give great video feedback. And another thing that I'm doing at this point is trying to talk to the camera more, try to talk to inanimate objects a bit more in public while there's people around. And I always feel awkward doing it. I haven't gotten over that hurdle at all at this present moment. But at the time of recording, I was, oh man, like you never see me face the camera and talk because I get nervous. I get really nervous. I get a lot of social anxiety, and I am more worried about that than actually climbing. And I want my climbing sessions to be fun, right? So it's pretty tough to do both at the same time. I don't know what session it is, but I start bringing my lavalier mic and feel more comfortable recording with that to give live commentary while I climb. But the issue is, at the start, is just me heavily breathing, and that's all you basically hear. It's an ASMR me breathing. There's not much commentary happening. Oh yeah, this V5 right here is also my anti-style because of the crimps and whatnot, and I'm glad that I'm starting to do more of these anti-style boulders for me, where there's not like a lot of big holds at all, and it shows that I'm growing a lot, and I'm really proud of myself for that. But anyway, I recommend for anybody who is trying to improve in an activity like I am with bouldering or climbing in general, is to record themselves, because you get to look at yourself from a third person perspective where you don't realize you were doing a couple of bad habits. For instance, one of my bad habits is that I'm not leaning back enough to put less pressure onto my hands and more pressure with my feet. If I'm leaning back more, I will definitely put more weight onto my feet and onto the wall to get more traction, and there will be less pressure off of my hands or my forearms, and that would make the climbs a lot easier that way. But I'm more like T-Rex hands and trying my best to like muscle my way through. I'm getting a lot better at it, and I am enjoying watching myself from a third person perspective, especially since this is filmed like 8 months ago, and I notice how much I've improved since then. Not saying it's a lot, but I've definitely improved a bit, and I'm pretty stoked about that. But if you expect to see me send more climbs, that will not be the case whatsoever. I actually send less climbs today than usual. Not to, I guess I haven't gotten better then. Not a lot of sends coming my way in the future videos. I do try a lot more harder boulders, but it doesn't really seem like I've improved a lot more. I don't know. It's like a weird like relationship with improvement. It depends on the bouldering style, I guess. And sometimes I get it and sometimes I don't, man. That's just the way life goes sometimes. But yeah, improving and growth is very much a roller coaster of a ride. This slab right here, I think I put 2 times speed on it because I was on the wall for too long, way too long. I would grade it a V4 slab because this thing is disgusting. The way that I have to do this little stupid frog position right here, this stupid frog position to get my foot down and actually feel comfortable standing on those 2 little foot chips to get to the last hold. It was crazy, man. It was crazy.
I'm too scared to talk in public. Okay, bye now.
Hey, yo, Pastamir, big facts. Big facts. If I ever look awkward on camera, it's because I am awkward. I do not know what to do with my life at all when the camera is on. And also, I don't know how to make a V3 into a V3. I made it look like a V6. What is this coordination dino move I try to do? Anyway, I hope everyone has a lovely day. Peace out, Girl Scouts.